Believe it or not, some fighters' biggest fear is actually dealing with an aggressive opponent in a fight. So in today's video, I'm going to teach you guys exactly how to deal and fight an aggressive opponent in the ring. Number one of the most important things you need to do, especially when dealing with an aggressive fighter, is you need to use counter punches to your advantage, because if you don't throw counter punches, your opponent is going to continuously charge at you aggressively, throw punches at you non-stop until you literally get knocked out or until your coach throws the white towel in. So for that reason, you need to be using counter punches. Now, if you don't know what a counter punch is, pretty much it is throwing a punch back when your opponent is susceptible to getting hit. So let's say your opponent's fighting you, whatever, they're throwing all these punches at you, you're losing your mind, you're stressed out, they're throwing all these punches, but a counter punch is when you find an opening after they've thrown a punch and you throw a punch back. For example, let's say they've thrown a cross at you, right? A counter punch could be you stepping back and throwing a cross back, moving out the way. Or let's say they throw a, hook at you. A counter can be you can roll that hook and hook back. You can roll it or you can uppercut. You can roll, you can do whatever you want. Counter punches, there's many of them, but you need to be using them. So for example, you're in the ring, you're getting beat the hell out of, your opponent might be just chasing you down, being aggressive, use them punches around, block, jab, you can slip, jab as well. You've got so many different variations. You can literally slip down, uppercut, get him out the way. You need to use his counter punches. So he's coming at you, step back, cross, move. I can't do these combos too fast because my mic's gonna literally fall off and break, so I do apologize for that. But like I said, you can be fighting your opponent, roll, use them as much as possible, use them counters, it's gonna throw your opponent off. Now the second thing you have to do, especially when fighting an aggressive fighter, is you need to use your feints to your advantage, because if you don't, you are absolutely finished. Now, I'm gonna show you exactly why you need to be using feints, and I'm gonna show you which ones you can actually do. So first of all, the reason why you need to throw a feint is because if your opponent's constantly coming at you, throwing punches, what does it tell about you? It tells me that you're probably not throwing feints at them, because if you're throwing feints, they're not going to be as aggressive to you because they're going to be more worried about getting hit by you with a punch that could potentially knock them out. So what I mean is, let's say the opponent's coming at you, throwing all these punches, being aggressive. Everything they're doing is whatever you just don't want it to happen, right? You don't want it to happen. So if you now, while this opponent's charging at you, if you just go that, what happens? Your opponent is going to do this. He's going to flinch. Why is he going to flinch? Because he thinks you're going to throw a punch at him. So let's say he's coming at you, throwing all these punches. All you got to do is I promise you, you'll see they will flinch and they'll move back. It's going to make them think twice about hitting you, because now they know, okay, damn, this person's actually feinting. Like, I don't know if he's going to throw or not now. They get a bit thrown off, and he gives you a couple seconds to, feint down, get a counter in, or even move out the way. So make sure you use your feints, because if you don't do it, I promise you, it's over for you. So use them, and don't come back here saying, oh, EK, I should have listened to you. I didn't use my feints and I got knocked out. Use your feints, bro. You got this, man. So some examples of feints are literally so simple, okay? You can literally do these type of feints with your actual legs. This is actually a pretty good one. Leg feint, it sounds a bit weird because it's not kickboxing. All you're doing is stepping forward and almost flashing your hands at them as well. This makes them feel like you're stepping into them, so they're gonna step back. So literally just, as you can see, you're stepping a bit forward, so you're pretty much scaring them a little bit off backwards. Now, another one you can do is to the head. Feint to the head with your arm. So, as you can see, you're feinted to the head. And also you can feint to the body, as you can see as well, like this. So, you can mix it up. So yeah, use your feints to your advantage. I promise you it's going to keep your aggressive opponent less aggressive in the ring. Number 3, which is definitely the most important one on this list, it is you have to move around. If you don't move around, you're absolutely cooked. I know it's really annoying that you have to move around when fighting an aggressive opponent, because you're going to be moving more than usual, but you absolutely have to do it, because if you don't, they're going to keep charging at you. So you have to actually utilize and use your footwork to your advantage in the ring. Now, when I say move around, I don't just mean run around, box and just move. I mean, you actually have to create space between you and your opponent sometimes, because sometimes you genuinely have to create space. You can't just always be blah with them, especially if they're aggressive. So to create space and to move around, make sure you move back and in circles as well. Or you can move back and also right angles. It might sound weird. I'll show you how to do it. So first of all, the right angle one I was talking about, you can move back, then turn left. So it's kind of like a right angle. You see, it goes straight, then left. You can even go the other way now. So you can move back here, and you can move right now. These are obviously going to allow you to move around the ring. But if you want it to be more effective and actually move around the ring properly, you need to be moving in circles, especially when they're coming at you, because it's going to make it a lot harder for them to hit you. So to move in circles, very, very simple. Left leg, steps left if you're moving left. Always left first if you're moving left, by the way. So step around, you're stepping in circles. You know, you're moving your head, you're moving your front feints. And if you want to go right, I'd recommend you do it a bit more faster, especially if you're in an orthodox stance, because it's going to be easier for you to move. So literally just, you're here, kind of just moving around like this. So as you can see, you can move left here, and he's going to come at you. You can move around, you can turn again, and also use your pivots. You need to be pivoting out, especially when fighting these fighters, bro. I'll get onto this on my next point, but always move around, make sure you're moving so they don't come at you, because once you're stationary, over for you. But yeah, move around the ring, get used to practicing this, and obviously practice it while throwing them feints, step in and do it. Let's go on to the next one now. Number 4, this one's also very important. It is pivoting. Now, this is similar to footwork because essentially it is a type of footwork. Pivoting, very, very simple. You're gonna use this when you're in a situation when your fight is coming close to you, but you don't necessarily have too much time to move around like that to make these abrupt movements. Pivoting is very, very easy, and it also looks very sharp as well. This is what it is. Pivoting can literally just be this. That, or you're here, pivot there, you're fighting here, pivot. But in a fight, it might look more like you pivot there, pivot here, pivot. Pivoting is pretty much going to allow you to change angle and move around, especially if they're coming at you with all these punches. It might throw them off, because if they're here fighting you throwing punches, you can literally turn here, come with another punch, or you can turn the other way, bow, bow. Make sure you use pivoting to your advantage. It's a very short and easy step, but don't forget it. But yeah, like I said, to do pivoting, all you're doing is pretty much on your front foot, you raise the leg slightly, so your foot and leg, and you twist while moving your back leg backwards with it as well. So you're pretty much here, you're there. So you can be fighting here, bow, bow, pivot here. So make sure to practice that. Now, last but not least, this one's also very important. It is fighting while stepping back, because if your opponent's fighting you and you're stepping back but not throwing back, it's a bit of an issue, because he's going to keep throwing punches at you. Okay, you're moving back, creating space, but you're not doing anything about it to hurt your opponent. So add the punches while you're stepping back. Pretty simple. So you're stepping back while fighting because he's coming at you. Because remember, this is an aggressive opponent. He's coming to throw punches at you, blah, blah, blah. You're stepping back. Bow, 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 bow. Throw them punches while you step back. Don't just step back and create space. I know it's great to do it, but obviously step back and punch back as well. So you can literally step back. You can even block, cross, hook, uppercut. Practice fighting while stepping back, because I promise you it's going to be very useful when you're fighting an opponent like that in a ring. Now, that is the end of the video, guys, but I do actually have something crazy coming soon. I'm launching the Fighting Empire, which is going to be the biggest boxing and fighting community in the world. And I promise you, I mean it. This community is going to allow you guys to learn how to fight, how to throw every single punch in detail, footwork, head movement, all these types of drills. And you're going to be in a community chat where you guys are going to be able to send your videos of your progress, and everybody's going to be able to help everybody. There's going to be influencers, live calls, and even events and meetups. So you guys are going to love it. I am launching in about a month, so I'll actually only link it down below once it has released. But for the meantime, I do have a boxing program that I've linked down below with over 10,000 members, and you guys have absolutely loved it. So if you do want to learn how to fight at home, make sure you get your hands on it right now. And thank you guys all for watching.